Hi, my name is Jenna Stapp, and I would like to share my adoption story with you. My birth mom's name is Crystal, and my birth father's name is Eric. Eric and Crystal got together when Crystal was 17, and they went to California on a road trip and visited Eric's family. And then they went to Yosemite National Park and Colorado, and then they stopped in Texas where Crystal found out she was pregnant with me. So they kept driving all the way down to Florida where Eric got a job in a butcher shop and Crystal was pregnant with me and living with a trucker. And then they left Florida and drove back to Texas one more time to say hi to Crystal's family. And then they drove to Arizona, where their lives completely changed. It turns out that Eric had stolen the car that they had been driving everywhere and was involved in money laundering and stole a bunch of stuff from a lot of people everywhere. So Eric went to jail. But since Crystal was with him, even though she was innocent, she also went to jail. So she was in jail for a month while she was pregnant with me, but was released because there was nothing that she had done. And she met a woman named Heather and started working at Heather's daycare and lived with Heather for a while. When she was almost ready to give birth to me, she kept noticing that there was an adoption lawyer who was hanging around and kept asking her what she was going to do with her baby. And she kept seeing him and started wondering, what should I do with this baby, because she didn't have anyone to rely on. Her family wasn't there. Eric's family she didn't trust, and they lived far away, and she didn't really want me to have to go through what she went through because she ended up in foster care. So she started praying really hard and wondering if adoption would be the right thing, and she finally started talking to the adoption lawyer, and she got to look through a bunch of couples and stumbled upon my adoptive family, and she really liked them, but she wasn't sure until my adoptive mom, Pam, called her and told her about all of the people that have been praying for me and praying that my mom would find a place for me, and that there's just this big community of people all the way across the country who would love to meet me and support me and treasure me throughout my life. And that's when Crystal knew she had found the perfect home for me. So she gave birth to me, and then my adoptive family flew in from New Jersey all the way to Arizona, and they fell in love with me. But they decided to keep the adoption open because it wasn't that Crystal didn't want me, it's that she couldn't take care of me, and she loved me with all her heart and never wanted anything bad to happen to me. And to this day, I still talk to Crystal, and I love her. I'm so grateful for her. And I'm grateful for my adoptive parents too, because they gave me an incredible life. They support my dreams and make sure that I have everything I need, and that's huge. They never had to choose to find me, but God made a way, and here I am 18 years later with the most amazing adoptive and birth family ever. I'm so grateful. So, being adopted to me means I have this huge community of people who love me because they just never ever had a choice. Like, they love me with all their hearts unconditionally, and they never had to. I wasn't born to Tom and Pam. I wasn't their daughter to begin with, but they chose that, and they chose to give me the best life they could, and I'm so grateful for that. I am blessed. And Crystal and I, she's my mom. She is fantastic, and I'll never have to wonder if she didn't want me. I know she wants me. I know she'd love to see me. And I know that there was always a plan for me. And that's awesome. And while being adopted has some struggles, like I've never met Eric. I mean, I've never met Crystal, but I've talked to her. It's hard to know like who you are when you don't get to know who you are. You don't get to meet that side of you. Like my adoptive family is all blonde and very white, and I am not, and I've always wondered like why do I look like this? Does anyone notice that I don't fit in with that family? And usually nobody does, but it's always been something that's in the back of my head like, man, you don't look like anybody. Crystal's even white and blonde too. So it all comes from my father, and I've never even seen a picture of him. I just have to wonder, like, who is he? But I'm happy with who I am and everyone who's made me this way, and that's enough for me. So, in short, adoption is wonderful, and it's just a big blessing to have an amazing community of support and love. Thanks.